Full Spectrum.
The PRISM Network brought inter-system focus to Mordred Station following the announcement of the Sector Trade Organization, or STO. In a joint statement, PRISM, Acre, and the 14 Red Dogs Society explained the focus of the STO as upholding economic stability, maintaining a peaceable empire, and solving the labor crisis. Fresh from the announcement of the Sector Trade Organization, the PRISM Network also unveiled their new resort, casino, and studio complex on the pleasure world of Kama. The Mara Casino features not only luxurious gambling facilities and gorgeous views of the Acheron River Valley, but also a full studio for all new PRISM productions, the first of which is the reality show Kama for Me, that will be available sector-wide in the coming weeks.
Families celebrate unity and differences on National Turtle Horse Day. As part of the annual celebration of Turtle Horse Day, House Vela and House Pixis have announced a joint diplomatic mission. This mission takes the form of an embassy on the Pixis homeworld, the elusive space station Lodestone. In preparation of the opening ceremony, Velan diplomats have released the following statement. House Vela is pleased to announce, in conjunction with House Pixis, the founding of a joint diplomatic embassy on the magnificent Lodestone. Velan families can now apply for visits with their House Pixis relatives with ease, and the two houses are proud to present the first joint Turtle Horse Day to be celebrated on Lodestone. House Vela looks forward to working with House Pixis and the other houses minor in the future. May the stars guide us all. A day later, House Pixis orators released a corresponding statement that went as follows. 80 years is quite a long time to hold a grudge, so when our brothers and sisters in House Vela showed interest in opening diplomatic relations between our two great houses, we welcomed them with open arms. And we were overjoyed to hear that there are those among House Vela who have wanted to join Pixis in our unfastened lifestyle. So what better place to set up a foundation for this relationship and transfer of nobility than our great and mysterious home, the Lodestone? While this is largely considered a heartwarming effort by the two houses to look past their estrangement, as perhaps a parent and child would, some more cynical experts speculate that House Vela might simply be looking to make use of the Lodestone's unique ability to change star lanes, while researching what other secrets may yet be hiding on the mysterious base.
The Imperialists of House Crux have increased their The perimeter agents of House Crux have been ramping up their crackdown on criminal acts in the Belt, leading to today's announcement of the Unity Initiative. The Unity Initiative is the latest in intelligence groups from the Ellis system, tasked with curbing the growth and expansion of rogue elements within the Empire. Going on for 6 months now, this marks their debut on the public sector, as they have displayed numerous posters warning of insurgency, whether it be boots on the ground going door to door, to personnel aboard spacecraft. The Unity Initiative has made no comments yet on how many cells they have already uprooted on Hiera, but PNN has confirmed that they will begin the process of continuing their work in the rest of the Belt.
Last week, the Imperial Legion's 11th Battle Group, now stationed on Aomori, reported widespread disruption in their ranks due to a series of falsified orders relayed over regimental comms. These malicious commands were followed by a looping display of anti-military propaganda and complete meltdown of the battle group's servers. In a subsequent analysis of this debilitating cyber attack, the call sign 0x dead code was discovered in a fragment of the insidious program, and the propaganda was attributed to a self-agitator known as the Advocate. The task force replaced its servers immediately, only to suffer a repeat attack 2 days later. To prevent further equipment failure and to stifle Deadcode's ability to issue falsified commands, the Legion has disabled all computerized communications, significantly hindering their operations on Aomori. Talks began on Monday between House Serpent's leadership and entrepreneurs associated with the Free Commerce Initiative over the possible extension of mining rights on Rhoa. A chemical contaminant leak at a House Serpent's pharmaceuticals manufacturer has caused public outcry over safe drinking water. Some suggest that Serpents may have violated several environmental regulations at their manufactory, but no lawsuit has been filed at this time. Investor uncertainty has affected the Hex Stock Exchange, dropping the Free Commerce Initiative's shares by 2% over concerns that unrelated environmental regulations may torpedo the initiative's promising mining concept. A series of surf protests have disrupted the famed Orphean harmony in the city of Dabashi. Largely relegated to surf-inhabited districts, the demonstrations appear to have been orchestrated by non-Orphean agitators. For the time being, the majority of House Lyra's surf population appears unmoved by anti-Lyra rhetoric, though some local protesters have claimed that their Lyran supports have gone missing. Members of the Lyran Imperial Peace Committee, or IPC, denounced the actions of protesters, claiming that dissent harms everyone, especially innocent serfs that are only now recovering from the synth menace and reacquiring work once seized by House Cygnus constructs. We must embrace the After's forgiveness and move forward as one, said IPC member Horace Lyra Jose Wendell.
House Fornax has increased their bureaucratic effort to train sales and acquisitions experts within their management areas. As part of this effort, Dinara Fornax Tom Page, an expert salesperson, deal broker, and former student of the Academy on Rhoa, introduced an entirely new way of brokering deals for Akinga Heavy Industry Solutions. House Fornax hopes that this undertaking will lead to lower production prices for their ships, giving them an increased industrial capability. Is this development, after recent secretive talks between them and House Erdonis, a sign of the two houses working closer together in the future? We will keep you updated as the situation develops.
The Utsa Asteroid Belt, or as far as the eye can see, a land of opportunity, or so it might seem. For years now, the belt has been the scene of a brutal gang war between pirate factions hiding out in remote asteroid bases. And it's only getting worse. Why are the pirates here? What do they want? And most importantly, why do more keep coming? To try and get some answers, I'm talking to a high-ranking Reticulum noble who has agreed to speak to me on the condition of anonymity.
We would have rooted them out ages ago, but you see, the asteroids contain a rare element that refracts scanning signals. That makes them valuable to mine, but also a little paradise for freebooter scum.
Recently, rumors have surfaced about a number of low-profile kidnappings targeting nobles all over the Albero system.
We have heard about the pirates owning the turf war, but we are not interested in getting involved. We simply do not wish to waste resources on what amounts to nothing more than some lowlife's claim to glory. However, the kidnappings are another matter, one that we are keeping note of.
Whatever the reason, the lack of law enforcement has seen the dangerous turf war between pirate factions come to a destructive climax in recent weeks. Residents report the arrival of 2 new battleships, the Golden Coin, rumored to be captained by the infamous Hadia Kowadirsdottir, and Overt Punishment, captained by Marcus Muraviov, both freebooters with a bloody reputation. One can only imagine how much these outlaws will stir up the proverbial hornet's nest. For now, the outlook seems grim. As of this report, there has been no official Crux comment. With no help in sight, and a future unknown, the plight of the Utsa miners might get worse before it gets better.
After the recent announcement of the Sector Trade Organization, ACRE, Agricultural Construction, Reclamation and Engineering, has brought several products of Honglu origin back for test run on Demnov. The products had recently been missing from most parts of the sector due to the strained relationship between Honglu's provisional government and the Empire. As part of this initiative, Ache gave the following statement. Ache has had major breakthroughs during negotiations with the new government of Honglu. Thanks to Ache's partners, the 14 Red Dog Society, Ache has established a new subsidiary company fully dedicated to trade with Honglu's government. The war against the artificials has left everyone in Acheron Rho in disarray, and we at Ache are looking away from the past and into the future. And the future is called unrestricted trade. With this new relationship, Ache has full, unrestricted access into the untapped markets of Honglu and are able to help local industries in reaching their highest potential. There are so many Honglu products that have been missing from core markets, and we are happy to announce that they are coming back. This is another step in bringing stability and peace into the sector after so many years of upheaval. We and our partners in the Sector Trade Organization are doing everything in our power to bring the Empire and the sector as a whole into a new golden age. We promise to resolve the labor shortage and the services and goods shortage. Setting this new subsidiary of Ache is just another small step towards that goal. Ache, now, forever.
The House's minor has convened yet again, marking the 6th meeting this month due to the escalating situation on Aomori and the trouble brewing on Orpheus. What started out as a peaceful arrangement between the High Church and the Noble Transitional Accounting Program, or TAP, has now turned into a political fiasco. Agents from the minor houses and the High Church delegation relocated to Daimikato amidst violent insurgents, the United People's Collective also making a presence on Aomori. Aomori's transit network, which has been in a state of disrepair since the decommissioning began, has finally come back online. Following a very brief outage of all intersystem transport services, the network came back online, bringing the much-needed relays between Aomori and the Eastern Belt with it. While there has been reports of tampering and protests aboard several of his vessels, a handful of arrests have been made by local cross enforcement. The Empire has stated its intent to intervene lest House Reticulum's issues spiral out to the point of negatively impacting the Council of the Minor Houses. With the might of the Empire thrown behind the course, the problems around Aomori should soon be a thing of the past.
Deathless Conflict Solutions has recently begun taking steps to enact what they are calling the Thorgian Infrastructure Development Project. Ravaged by war during the reign of the Blood Eagle, planet Thorg has since remained at pre-industrial levels, despite promising resources and habitability. Expressing interest in uplifting the primitive and autocratic society, DCS has landed personnel and material on the planet's surface. They have begun talks with local aristocrats about what must be done to jumpstart industrialization and regenerate the planet into imperial society. The Deathless have been met with minor resistance from some of the more entrenched members of the tribal aristocracy, and DCS personnel have been mobilizing to protect the local populace. Deathless Conflict Solutions is determined to ensure that all share this opportunity for peaceful advancement alongside their peers. Deathless have declared the first steps of this project a resounding success, and are looking forward to bringing Thorg into the 33rd century. DCS has also begun a joint venture dubbed the Valkyrie Program with House Triangulum. Working with the Astral Synagium, Triangulum and DCS have created a secure transit network based on Lovelace and the Pamita-Cha system. Deathless Conflict Solutions is now offering 2 services on this network: Ride of the Valkyries, which provides transportation for people and goods, and Welcome to Valhalla, which offers protective services for customers and their families. DCS encourages interested parties to contact their nearest Deathless representative.
In their continual effort to promote repentance, non-violence, and non-human rights, the Church of Humanity Repentant has sent sibling Helen Tyrconnell, a prominent preacher and head of the charity organization The Helping Hand, to the planet Yakia. Tensions have been running high on the Ache-controlled planet due to the effects of the labor crisis and recent inflammatory propaganda distributed by local workers. The official statement from Sibling Tyrconnell's charity claims that their presence on the planet is meant to mitigate these tensions and promote the benefits of employing alien workers in production areas to alleviate some of the effects of the labor crisis. Despite this statement, however, local Ache officials have shown concern that Sibling Tyrconnell, who has been described as an ardent abolitionist, will simply give the workers on Yakia another anti-empire voice to cling on to.
This just in from Constant C. Data Courier out of 008 Mona in the Pavis system. The Trilliant Ring Corporation has seized the anarchist planet in order to reinstate imperial rule under special permission from the Church Most High. Trilliant Ring asserts that the Rogue Psychic Academy on Mona has experienced a resurgence of ELPH activity and recruitment, breaking 60 years of silence from the Pavis cell of the Environmental League for Psionic Harmony. Instead of allowing the perpetrators of the recent Gene 7 station bombings to turn local sentiment against the Empire, Trilliant saw fit to seek a mandate for imperial governorship of the Pavis system. Responding to confusion due to informal data courier delays staggering the arrival of Trilliant's announcement and the Church's approval, the High Church reassures us that it, quote, supports all efforts taken to strengthen the Empire. The Trilliant Ring's efforts to increase the quality of life in the far reaches of the sector have our blessing. When we reached out to the administrators of Mona's illegal Psychic Academy, they insisted that the local population held no sympathy for the ELPH and that the Academy's efforts had kept those extremists off-world for over half a century.
To expand the humanitarian mission on Bora, the 14 Red Dog Society has started a collaboration with House Triangulum. Their goal, a way to bypass the Tomb World's planetary defenses, has now been reached, after expending an amount of effort that can only be called colossal. While the exact method they use to circumvent a pre-tech planetary defense ring is still a secret, their official statement reads that, quote, the mission is now promising great success. The ships that crashed on Bora are used to build up a shipping line of food and medical supplies with Kama. However, the states in which the population was found is grim. Whatever happened on the planet was apocalyptic, and any concepts of modern civilization is gone from the Boran's mind. End quote. The funds necessary for the operation were raised thanks to the 14 Red Dogs membership in the STO. One can only hope that the humanitarian efforts will soon be fruitful, and that the Boran's plight will not continue for much longer.
A new pilgrimage site and cathedral takes to the skies as Project Neon 3 is officially taken in use by the High Priest of Berkman 3. Project Neon 3 was designed and built by the Trilliant Ring on commission by the High Church of Messiah's Empiro. Each of the cathedral's 10 structures is dedicated to one of the virtues and lavishly decorated in gold, white, and black. Truly a shining beacon of the High Church, it will forever remind any who gaze upon it to be virtuous. The cathedral is a physical manifestation of the Sacrosanct Treaty of the South between the High Church of Messiah's Empiro and the Trilliant Ring, made to enforce peace in the southern parts of the sector.